Hey everybody, this is Johnny with Lazy Goblins. How are you guys doing today? It's Friday, September 13th, Friday the 13th, so we're doing our podcast. I'm the creative director, level designer, artist, stuff with art. I'm the one that does the streaming because I have good internet. And to my left is...
Cody, and I'm the programmer and social media person.
That's right, he is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so as you guys can tell, we finally nailed an intro. I don't know if you guys have seen that before, because it's not happened very often. So we should get some likes for that and some subscribes. And if you
once
stay
every Friday the
tuned,
13th.
yeah, on the 13th of every because I think there's another one in December actually. There's another one I heard.
Is it?
So if you stay
That's great.
tuned for next week, we'll mess up the intro. So just want to see if you guys are paying attention.
Yeah.
So yeah, this week we're here talking about game dev stuff. So I think we'd like to start it off because you guys, we got a question.
We got a question.
Look out. 136 subscribers later, we get our first question. I'll read it here. I don't have the paper. Cody, please read the question.
Yeah, so this question is from Clammy. If you haven't, check out her YouTube channel. She's doing some cool stuff. The question is, what are both of y'all's game dev past experience, like jobs, game projects, school, etc.?
It's a great question. I'm going to look to you first, Cody, to my left.
So we both went to the Art Institute for game art and design.
Sacramento, California. Yeah. Shout out to the school. If you're still open,
closed.
Let us. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they closed. Horrible school. Don't recommend going to any for-profit schools ever. But yeah, we went there. That's where we met each other. I did start a indie game business before this one at the school, which failed pretty bad. But it's cool because I learned a lot. So that's always a positive. And after that, after I graduated, I got my first game dev job about, I want to say like 6 months, maybe after graduation. No help from the school at all me. I still work with that. It's an amazing job and very grateful for it. I've had contracts in between. I did work for another indie studio, had a contract with them. That only lasted about a month. They said that I was more so slowing them down than anything. They were really nice about it, though. They tried to find work for me as much and hard as they can. I QA'd a couple of their games, so that was a fun experience. But yeah, and then just here and there, I've had some small contracts. I worked with another studio for about 6 months, but ended up parting ways there as well. But yeah, I mean, it's all been a learning experience. I know I've improved a lot since the very beginning, since graduation and all that. So very grateful.
So in total, then, how long have you been working in the industry? Because you said 6 months after graduation. So how long has that been?
Graduated 2016.
I don't know. I have to look at my diploma.
About 3 years, maybe 3.5 years.
Sure, sounds about right.
2016. About 3.5 years. Yeah.
Dang. Okay. Yeah, exactly. That was a touching story.
Oh, also, one of the highlights of my career is I worked on a game called Niwashi, which is on the App Store, and it made the top 50. So that was pretty cool.
That was actually really cool. Yeah, we're
nice little.
Here at Lazy Goblins, we're very proud of him. So me, I'm very proud of him.
But yeah, that's pretty much my experience and past experience into game dev.
Well, you left out a lot of stuff.
What'd I leave out?
Game jams. We've done a ton of game
jams. Yeah, we've done a lot of game jams.
I'd say we probably, in total, I think I have been a participant in at least I want to say 10 because it sounds like a better number than 8. So I'm gonna go 8 to 10.
I've probably done like 5.
Wow. Because I've done a lot.
Well, you did the ones at school. I
did those. Yeah.
think I only did like none at school.
Yeah. Only the cool kids did them at school.
Yeah.
So about myself then, already. So I like most people have been drawing since I was 4 years old. And, I've just always had this ability to see the line and just draw it. False. I have never done any kind of art like that. So I was in the service. I did 12 years in the service. Got out and, kind of didn't really get out. I did reserves, so I was in for, 12 years total, did 2 tours. Did a couple different things. I was going to go to school for nursing. Ended up saying, I've always wanted to do other things. I like to entertain. I like I like the entertainment of what it can bring. And I just enjoy gaming a lot. So originally I actually went to the school, the Art Institute, Sacramento, for animation. And found that there's a lot of drawing. And, a lot. There's so much drawing in animation. And I don't like to draw as much. My teachers would say stuff like, if you want to be successful and, you got to get the form down, you got to get these things down, you just got to learn the basics, the fundamentals of 2D, so you should be taking a sketchbook everywhere. I never did. I just didn't. I enjoy the relaxation of it. Over time, I've grown to enjoy it, and I enjoy kind of doodling a little bit. It kind of relaxes me. Because I can just put music on and go. So I ended up switching to the game design program because I found that I liked the technical side more. So once I did that, I found that I did some game jams at school, and that's when I found that I kind of liked programming from doing the game jams. But then Cody and I also had a company that I started with some friends in college, and that's a company. I think they're still going strong, and they've been releasing quite a few things. I just never really found what I would contribute to the team. I had passion and I had drive and I had ideas and to help out, but I never really had the programming side or the art side, because the other people I worked with, those two were really good at it. The art was awesome and they could just program. So I would do stuff. I would do a lot of the assets sometimes, little things, behind the scenes stuff. I tried to do a social media stuff for a while. I wasn't very good at that. Because at first I am, but then I'm not even on social media that much. I'm that guy that you'll see every once in a minute randomly likes a picture or something. Just that way you remember that I'm still your friend, kind of.
He randomly liked one of the Lazy Goblin posts that we did a month ago.
Yeah. I think that was probably an accident. So yeah, I'm not a big social media guy, which is why Cody does it. But so I did a little bit of everything. So I've seen how the game stuff starts to come together. So they've released several games on the Android phone. So I helped them release a couple of games on Android, or at least was a part of it. Didn't really do too much in the sense of the art style or anything like that. But yeah, so then I got done with school. Didn't really feel my problem's always been I didn't really feel like I had the ability to be in the games world, because I wanted to originally do programming. Well, I found out I'm not that good at programming either, because programming is a very, very disciplined thing, and I couldn't even do a simple if statement. Now I'm not saying if programmers are watching you just you have to just know the there's a lot of different things, right? I personally didn't feel confident because I was I can't do anything, and normally when someone hires you, the purpose is hey, we have a position because we need someone to sit here and do the work, not Google how to do the work. So,
but don't be ashamed if you do end up Googling, because even the most senior people still Google.
That's not what I said, though. I didn't say don't be. I didn't say that. I'm saying they want you to be able to do the job when you sit down. Yeah, you could.
Yeah, but part of the job is
ask
Google.
For help. But if I have to Google everything, then why hire me? So
because you're Googling.
Because I'm really good at Googling.
Yeah.
So I think I just didn't feel confident in myself enough to really push myself for that. So I started working a normal job. I'm working the IT now, and Cody and I don't. We did a couple game jams together.
Yep.
I started kind
First
of.
game jam I think we did was Wacky Doodles.
Was it Wacky Doodles?
I think so.
I don't even remember how we got started on it. I don't even remember if we talked about it. I think we were still in school.
No, we
We were done.
yeah, we started a couple things I think in school, like towards graduation.
Yeah.
But after that, once I moved to LA and you were in Boston, I think already. It was around like March because it was around GDC, and we're like, let's release a game a month for a year.
Yeah,
and then our plan was to do that, and then we were gonna try to get a talk on GDC about our experience releasing a game a month a year.
yeah, we didn't do that. It's probably my fault.
Lasted like 2 months.
Yeah, it's a lot, like, to keep up, and I'm working a 40-hour job on top of that, and so I only get the 2 days off, so I come home and try to do that stuff. But it's just a lot. So basically, my game development experience is just working in startup companies. I worked with my friends that I met in college, and then I also worked with my friend Cody, who we're starting up a company as well. And I think it was more like I was like, I want to do this, and you and I work really well together, so let's just do it. I ended up having to go more to the art side because two programmers can't really do a lot when making a game. Well, I mean, you could buy assets, you could do all kinds of things, but him and I found that we needed someone to do the art. We actually have bought an asset pack or two or several, and we'll start doing stuff and like, okay, now, we need this one thing. Ah, dang it. Okay, so how are we gonna do that? So so we just found, okay, let's just do it from scratch. We know enough. I can do the art. I enjoy 3D modeling, but I'm not doing any 2D stuff because it takes too long. And pixel art's really nice, but that takes
so if you're a 2D artist out there that likes to do UI, let us know.
Hey. So I've just been kind of doing that, and I think I've gone to a lot of conventions. I've gone to PAX East. I've gone to GDC countless times. I've heard a lot of talks. I've heard a lot of stuff about the industry. I research a lot of stuff about the industry. I've read a few books about the industry. I'm reading more. So I think there's a lot of things that I have value in the sense of what I've learned about the industry, and the sense of actually working in it. Have not currently in the sense of getting a paycheck. I'm working in it right now with Cody. We're making a game, but I haven't gotten paid. So
yeah,
that's a really long story on how I don't really do anything in the game industry.
It's great though. It's good because I'm sure there's other people out there that have struggled as well with trying to get in, or had to do their own job and struggle to get their own games and stuff going. And it's good that they know that they're not the only ones. It happens to everybody.
Yeah, exactly. And you just got to keep fighting for what you want. And I think a big thing of it too, I think for me, a lot of it was growing. Like Cody was saying, I had to grow to figure out this is really what I wanted to do. I think a lot of it was you're scared, right? Because I think there's so much ingrained in us that but this is like a fun job. Are we sure we're allowed to have a fun job, to make games? Plus, the game industry is a difficult industry to get into alone as it is, and so you feel like you're not good enough anyway, even though you just gotta go for it and just try, because you never know what might happen. And like Cody said, it doesn't matter if you have to look up stuff, because everyone looks up stuff, and they admit it. Like if you listen to a talk or whatever, they all admit, oh yeah, I listened, I had to do this, or I have this book right here that helps me with everyone does. So that's not the thing. I personally wasn't feeling that confidence, so you have to have at least confidence in yourself and your abilities. And if you feel that, and you feel like, I like it, I do this, I got a portfolio, I got a reel, do it. So
yeah, go for it.
So for me,
at least that'll happen is they'll say no, and you're right back to where you were. So
and I thought, instead of going through all that, just start a company with my friend.
Create your own job.
They can't fire me. We're working for free.
Oh, by the way, Johnny, there's something I need to talk to you about.
Yeah, I'm ready.
You're fired.
What? Why? And this is when you introduce the new artist. So yeah, bring it on. They also work for free, but they're way better at it and faster. Wow. Thanks, buddy.
No, Johnny's characters are looking awesome.
Yes, I'm having a hiccup with some of the animations. Really frustrated me. I was up way too late. And yeah, actually, I was yelling. And I was like, this is so stupid. So yeah, my wife is like, can you please stop talking to yourself? I'm trying to go to sleep. So yeah, so I got really frustrated. So now I put that aside till Monday, but I'm gonna work on the level design because I already sketched that out yesterday. So now I can start working on that today. So that way I still have forward momentum on the game and what we're doing.
Yeah, that's actually something to consider when you're working on stuff. If you're getting really frustrated with one area, set it aside for a couple days and just work on something else.
Yeah, it helps too because then you come back with a fresh set of eyes and you have like a new perspective. And you're like, oh, I see what I did. So that's the plan. Let's hope that happens.
And this week I worked on getting the shop system in the game. And that's pretty cool because we can use it for, if we have the same type of system in our other games, we could put it in those pretty easily. I just got to change a couple of things because the system overall works, but of course it has to communicate with specific things within the game we're working on right now. But we should be able to easily just take it, put it in another game, or even if we need like 2 different shop categories, just take it, duplicate it, and just swap out the items. So I just need it to, right now I have it where all the purchasing of characters and all that works, and the cycling through them, selecting is, the selection is what I need to finish. I need it to where if they hit select, it will actually, once they load up the level, actually replace the character with the one they selected. So I'm just about done with that, but yeah.
Yep, and I still haven't finished any characters.
That's okay.
But we have a shop where you can buy them.
Yeah, because at first I was waiting for Johnny to finish the character, and then that way I could work on swapping out the cubes I have for the character, and then doing a couple animations and stuff. Because when you do a prototype and you have like basic shapes, and then you go to put the model, the actual art into it, you'll have to adjust quite a bit to fit it towards that art. So I've been waiting for that, but then I kind of like realized that I don't necessarily need the character art to work on the character. That just makes sense.
That does make sense. Yeah.
Hold on, we heard a loud bang.
Okay.
Hold on.
Yeah.
You keep talking.
So you can still. Well, thank you. I was going to. It's kind of like a podcast. Got to keep going. So yeah. So like that way, you could just go ahead and still have the system ready to go. So when I have the characters up and running, yeah, I just throw them right in there. But like he was saying, I just kind of got to the point where sometimes I was so frustrated with it, and I was like, well, I don't want to stop. I want to keep going. Something needs to get done because one of the biggest things is we're really trying to push ourselves to try to get this out by November. So at least on one platform, we do plan on releasing it for free on iPhone and Android. So the shop system that he's talking about is like possibly once you collect enough items, or we may have it to where you watch a video or something, you could get one or something like that. We haven't really figured that part out yet, but mostly we're just kind of still figuring out how we're gonna implement the shop system's mechanics with the game, either with videos or just buying coins. So, but we won't have anything. It should be all. It's all free to play, and there's free to pay. So it's basically you'll watch a video to unlock a character, or pay for it. So
yeah, right now I think we're gonna have a currency in the game, and then the characters will need a certain amount of currency to unlock, to actually be able to select them, and then we'll either watch a video for a little bit of currency, like to gain the currency up to be able to get a character, or just watch a single ad to get a character.
Right.
We'll figure it out.
And that's something that once we start having this stuff and we release it, we plan on doing videos to kind of help guide other people that are trying to start this stuff up too. That you see stuff like shop mechanic, how to utilize the the asset or the ads and how to put them in place so that way you can get monetization and stuff like that. Because it is a lot of work, and we're trying to get the game to help us propel ourselves move forward with other games.
Don't even get me started on when you start putting ads in the game.
Yeah, you're gonna have fun, buddy.
Yeah, every time you add in a SDK into Unity, it's so much fun.
So yeah, he'll talk to you all about that.
Yeah.
And I'll just show you guys how to unwrap stuff in Blender. But yeah, so that's just stuff we plan on kind of like doing as we go. Since this is kind of a learning experience for us. Like, I know Cody's worked on some projects and they've actually gotten released, and I have been a part of projects, but I've never walked through fully all the way through A to Z the steps. I understand it, and I know where we're going with it, and I understand all that stuff. But so this is exciting for me as well, just because the goal for us is to work permanently on just Lazy Goblin stuff for games. That's the goal.
That is the goal. And you guys have probably seen on Twitter that I've been kind of frustrated at times because we got other stuff we got to do because we still got bills to pay. So far, Lazy Goblins isn't up to that standard, or isn't up there to be able to pay for our bills. So we still have our jobs and stuff that we have to do to make money, which takes away from Lazy Goblins, which sucks because I just want to keep pumping out stuff for everybody to see and pump out more game dev tips and more content for you guys to enjoy, but I can't.
Yeah. Yep. That's how it is. Yeah, me as well, and that's the thing, life keeps throwing stuff at you. Like this whole last 2 weeks, I kind of did a video about it, about how life just throws stuff right in front of you. You're trying to go through and you're like, oh, I know what I'm doing. Like, just recently I got another message from the job that I recently was considering going to that offered me more money, or at least the cap of what they originally were planning, because they wanted me to come on board. So I'm saying no to the position, or I'm saying I appreciate it and all that stuff, being very professional, but because I want to work on this stuff, and right now I have what I have where I work, it gives me time because I get off at a good time. I'm home. I know the routine. Whereas this new job is a lot more. It's a newer career path. It's a lot more work than I'm gonna have to put in initially, because any job, when you start a new job, it's gonna be a lot of learning stuff, a lot of learning curves, and that might put me back, or put us back, I would say 6 months to a year, because I'm trying to figure that job out, get into it, and I don't want to do that. We have a lot of forward momentum. We're working hard on this. We've been doing a lot more content on this YouTube. Trying to release more stuff. So I don't want to stop that, because this is my dream. My dream is to make this the reality for us and other people. We'd love to bring other people on when we get to that point, and have that, like, start a Lazy Goblins family. So.
And I know we can do it. We just got to put in the time and the effort.
That's really all it's about. You can only do a little bit here and there, but to me, it's better for me to come home and work a little bit on a project that's going to get me to a goal that I want to achieve, than watch 4 hours of TV or play 4 hours of a video game, even though I want to desperately. It's like inside me. Like, I want to. I just started playing StarCraft 2 recently, and it's in my mind, like, you come back, play us more, because you have to play. You have to do something to relax. I'm not saying I go 24/7 all the time. Like, I try to take Sundays off and stuff like that, because you have to relax, because otherwise, what's the point of everything? Plus, I don't know about you, I was going to ask you about that in this video. I found that sometimes when I play a video game, it inspires me to work more on our games. Like, not in the sense of tips, because like sometimes you play a game, you're like, oh, they did that, that's cool, I want to incorporate that in ours. But like, it just inspires me. Like, I was playing it, and I'm like, I'm so inspired to make our game.
Yeah, that happens with me too. Also, like, I guess this is a little thing about how to get inspired. But yeah, playing a game definitely helps. Like, I love to just like check out the new phone games and download them, and I'll just play them like before bed, and that usually will inspire me. And then scrolling through Twitter, the Twitter feed of all the game dev, hashtag game dev, hashtag indie dev. You see all these like cool art and cool like mechanics and stuff, and I'm just like, oh man, this is so cool. Now I want to work on our stuff. So yeah, it's if you surround yourself with what you're working on and doing, you're bound to get inspired just in general. Like whether it's from people or from a Twitter feed or from Instagram feed or from a game that you play, you're bound to get some inspiration.
That's true. But I feel like the hard part is like, especially with games, it's so close to the line of like blue pill, red pill kind of thing. Because you're like, all right, I'm just going to play for a little while and get inspired. 6 days later, oh my God, I haven't done anything.
Yeah, like
sucked in.
It's pretty cool though, because since I've gotten into this habit of just kind of sitting down and like right when I wake up, just start working, or like when I did have another, job that I had to go to right when I come home, just start working. It's kind of gotten me in a habit where like I don't necessarily feel that urge to play a game. Like Borderlands 3 just came out and everybody's like super excited about it, and I'm like, oh yeah, that looks cool. I might get to it one day.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to playing a lot of games when I retire,
Yeah. And then there'll be classics.
Yeah, which means you get to
play
the
the
best
classics.
content. $9.99, your Game of Century edition.
And you get in cheap, so I mean.
No, I mean there's certain games. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to play Cyberpunk 2077. That's just that's a must. There's certain games that I have to play, but for the most part, yeah, I try to. I agree with Cody. You have to like build up like a routine. Like I try to get a routine. Like I come home, and do stuff, and then you start doing a routine down, and then you come home and you're working. Like now it's like a habit. Like you have to come home and do it, and it's like if I don't do it, then I get frustrated. Just like working out, like anything. And then what happens, of course, the life gets in your way and throws crap right in front of you. Like you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go home and do it. I'm so sick. I can't. I'm coughing. I can't do it. And then you try to do it. You're like, I don't care about life, and you just want to go to sleep. And then the next day you feel guilty. At least I do. I always feel so guilty. But you can't do that. You just got to keep going and build that routine and build that rapport.
I've been like super worn out the past week. So like after I have class, it usually ends at 9 at night, and then we start dinner. And usually with dinner, we watch like a Netflix show or a movie or something. And after that, like, I'm out. Like, I'm out for the night. And I'm just, like, I know I have work to do, but I'm just like, no, I just need to.
Yeah. Well, that's what's tough for me is because for me, I'm so tired from work. Like, I'm so drained. Like, even today, I came home. I told you, we were talking right before this. And I was like, I want to go to bed. I'm so tired.
Yeah.
But now that I'm doing this, I'm inspired and excited. But I have to get like out of that mindset, and I have to do something. Even last night,
jump in.
I was like, it's like 9:00 at night. It's late. I normally go to bed around 10:30, 11. I was like, all right, well, I'm not working on the characters. I can finally sit down at my desk and work on this because I had other stuff going on. So I was like, okay, I'll just start sketching stuff out. So, like I said, you gotta do something. So, there you go.
Yeah.
Do you guys feel inspired now? Let us know in the comments.
What are you doing watching this video?
Get to work.
Just
after
kidding.
this
Finish the video.
Yeah.
Like it. Subscribe.
Yeah. I want to start saying too. We got to start doing this at the beginning of the video. We got to say, watch all the way till the end for something so fun and exciting.
Watch.
Like, what are you doing? Get to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something will jump at you.
Yeah. Well, Cody, I know it's so scary. It's Friday the 13th, bro. Take a chill pill.
Scary.
So yeah, I think that's kind of it. I think it was really good getting the question. Thank you again. What was her name?
Clammy.
Clammy. Thank you, Clammy. For the first question. Oh, round of applause for Clammy. That was our first question.
Yeah.
Woo-hoo!
Let's get some more.
Yeah, Whoa. Okay. I feel a little overwhelmed with one. Maybe like one more.
You have a week to cool down. It's okay.
Stress it out. I hope we answered it right. Like, what if she gets on here? She's like, I wasn't looking for that long speech. Can you just tell me? And I'm like, dang it. Why? I knew I was long-winded. So now I feel guilty. See, I'm nervous. So let us know, Clayman. Let us know. Please. I won't be able to sleep. Anyways, I think that's pretty much it. I think it was another great video of just kind of what we've been working on, what we got going on, how sometimes you can't work on the one thing you're hoping to work on or that you were scheduled to, like you're working on a team and they're like, hey, I need you to get these things done. You could say, I ran into this roadblock, can't get to this or that, but I started working on this other part. As long as you're working on the piece of the puzzle that you're responsible for to get that done, that's what matters, So, you just got to keep going for it.
Yeah, keep going.
Yeah, you got to be
I guess you could say you just got to keep
creating.
In the next episode, we might get the tagline correct.
So we're going to get one or the other. It'll be the intro or the tagline. So, yeah, but that was perfect segue because, I thought we said I was going to always say one part and you would say the other.
It just popped in my head.
I saw that, and then I tried to roll with it. But you can, whatever. All right. So, yeah, with that being said, keep
creating.
There you go. All right.
Maybe I'll just edit the other part out.
Yeah. Perfect. There you go. We got to do a thumbnail. Because that's always important. Thumbnails are important, kids.
What are we doing for this
one? What are we doing? What is this one
What's
all about?
the title of this?
Questions. This one was questions. This one was like answering your questions while giving you more than you bargained for.
Or you could be talking and I'll be over here like this because you thought your thing was too long. So I'm just like,
no. Who's gonna want to watch that video? So the guy that
I don't know. It's funny.
Boring. No, they're gonna think I'm boring. We could do a head scratcher like, oh, this is because where it's a thinker, because she asked this question. So you want to do that? I'll do this one.
Okay, my head scratch.
Head scratch? I gotta look at the camera. Yeah.
Wait,
that's good.
let me be over here, then you be over there, and then we can put the title in the middle. Ready?
Okay, yeah. Okay. There you go. And that's how you do a thumbnail.
That's how you do. Literally, our thumbnails. I have it just. I have an Illustrator file, and what I do is I take a screenshot of our video.
Yeah.
I slap it in there. I put it behind the transparent gradient that we have, and I scale it all the way up, and then I change the title, and that's it.
Nice.
Probably need to work on it more.
That's okay. We have someone working on thumbnails for us. We have like 5 versions. So once we get those, they're not,
That'd be cool.
They're not going to be our beautiful faces, but they're going to be way beautiful for faces. Beautiful for, I don't know what that word. I made it up. Anyways, yeah, thanks. And I think that's it. Are we good?
Yeah.
You good?
I
You
think
good?
we're good.
Do you have any questions?
No, I'm good.
How's the game coming?
Do you have any questions?
Do you? All right. Well, yeah. So we'll talk to you guys again. We'd like to do a Monday video as well. Sometimes we do it. Sometimes we don't. We're a little iffy, but we do it. Like we do something, and then it gets released like on Tuesday or whatever when Cody decides to edit it. And he's so busy.
We gotta do a live stream one of these days.
We do. Maybe we'll do a live stream once we show level 1, and we'll show character selection, something like that.
There we go.
There you go. Keep people interested.
There we go.
All right, everybody. We'll talk to you then. See you guys on Monday. And until then,
Bye.
keep creating and bye. I should have ended with that. I hit the stop button.